Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to attach Little Big Shot to your camera. Now before we begin, if you have a super zoom model, meaning a camera which has 6x optical zoom or greater, then please refer to the video entitled Attaching Little Big Shot to My Super Zoom. Okay, but if you have an ultra compact or compact camera with 5x optical zoom or less, then this is the video that you'll watch to attach Little Big Shot to your camera. Alright, now the first thing I'd like to go over is the Little Big Shot kit. When you open your case, inside you'll find various items. First, you're going to find two lenses, a 1 1/4 inch diameter lens and a 1.75 inch diameter lens. I give you two lenses so that no matter which diameter your camera is, one of these will fit. Inside you'll also see a small business card, and on the back of the card is the website that you're at right now, so that after you attach the camera you can go back to this website for further instructions on use and care. You'll also find a patch of what we call dual lock fasteners. These fasteners are what hold Little Big Shot to your camera, and as you can see they're pre-scored so you know where to cut them with scissors into little rectangles. And lastly, there's a strip of 1/8 inch thick mounting tape, and this is used in case you don't have a flat surface for the dual lock. Then we simulate a flat surface by building up with this mounting tape. Alright, with all that taken care of, let's get underway. Find a flat spot on your camera. In the case of this particular camera, our flat spot options are right here on the face of the lens housing. I'm going to place a dual lock fastener here and here. First thing you do, anytime you're doing an adhesive operation, it's always good to clean your surface that you're going to be adhering to. The next step is to select which lens best fits your camera. And for this camera, we'll be using the 1.25 inch diameter lens. The next step is to take a pair of scissors and cut 4 pieces of dual lock fastener. Then you'll take one piece, peel the backing off, press that dual lock onto your finger one time and pull it up. And then pick your flat spot. Take your time, place the dual lock fastener on your camera so that it's even and square and steady, and it looks professional, and then press lightly. And then take your second dual lock fastener, press the adhesive onto your finger one time, and then place that one onto your other flat spot that you'll be using opposite the first one. And there we go, the camera has now been prepped. We pressed lightly, and now we're going to press a little more firmly. Then we're going to turn the camera back on. Now we're going to take another piece of dual lock fastener, but this time we're not going to take the paper backing off. We're going to leave it on. We're going to position it over the dual lock which is on the camera until it snaps into place, and again make sure it's nice and even and square with the one below it. And again, one more time, another piece of dual lock fastener on the other one which is already on the camera. You'll hear them snap. That one's a little bit crooked, so I'm going to do that one again because I like my camera to look professional. And there we have it. Once you've done that, now peel the paper backing off. Take your lens that you'll be using. In this case we've elected the 1.25 inch diameter lens. Now I'd like you at this point to notice something about the lens. On one side the lens is flat, and on one side the lens is curved. This is what we call a plano-convex lens. The plano side is the flat side. We're going to be placing the flat side against the dual lock and against the camera. And when you do that, position it so that it's nice and concentric and it looks professional. It's well centered, it's not off to one side or the other. And then press lightly. Turn the camera off, press a little more firmly. Now peel the lens off the camera and then press a little more firmly yet. That's it. You're done. That's how you attach Little Big Shot to a camera that has flat surfaces. It's very easy. Now anytime you wish to use Little Big Shot, you simply line up your dual lock fasteners, snap it into place, and you're ready to go. When you're done with Little Big Shot, peel it off and return the lens to the case for safekeeping. Now one more thing I'd like to mention. These dual lock fasteners, there's no need to keep taking them off your camera and putting them back on. Simply leave them on your camera. They do not interfere with your other types of photography that you're doing, and then they're always there for your macro photography. If through excessive use or wear or for whatever reason you wish to take these off, then peel them off gently, like this. Don't pull them straight out. You might damage the camera case. And that's it. That's how we attach Little Big Shot to a camera with flat surfaces. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to attach Little Big Shot to a camera that doesn't have an obvious flat surface. Going back to this ultra compact, which I had used in a previous video, this lens housing has a very thin rim, and if we try to attach dual lock fasteners there, we don't have much of a surface for them to grab to, so that's obviously not a good solution. Now another thing is, on this camera we have this recession right here. This little, on one side it's flat and here it's arced. We could put dual lock in here, however there is a little lip from that flat surface to the top of the rim. And so we would have to elevate the dual lock with a piece of that mounting tape that I had showed you earlier. The other option we have is we can come on the sides here and here. But again, because the surface here of the lens housing is raised, we'll need to build that up with the mounting tape. So let's get into it. Take your mounting tape, your strip of mounting tape, and with a pair of scissors, cut 2 pieces, and then just place those on the camera. And again, just like with the dual lock on the camera that has a flat surface, make it nice and even and square and make it look professional. Although with the mounting tape that's not too important because the dual lock will be covering it, but you don't want it slanted or noticeably ugly in any way. It is, after all, your camera. You want it to look good. And let's place another one over on this side. And then on top of this, we're going to place our dual lock fasteners. So we peel the backing off of one. And there's no need to place the adhesive against your finger and pull it up. You can if you want, but it's not necessary. We only do that when we're applying the dual lock directly to the camera surface, because at some point we may want to peel it off, and then just press it firmly into place. There's one. One dual lock fastener is in place. And now the second one. Peel off the backing. Place it over the mounting tape, make it nice and square, make it look professional. And there you have it. Now we're ready. What we've done here effectively by elevating the dual lock with the mounting tape, the top of the dual lock is now slightly higher than the top of this rim, and that's what we want. So when we don't have a flat surface to deal with, on a lens housing, we simulate and create a flat surface using the mounting tape. If this distance was higher, we would simply use 2 pieces of mounting tape rather than 1. You get the idea. Okay, now as with the other camera, all we do is we take our next 2 pieces of dual lock and we place them over the dual lock which is already on the camera. And again, we make sure that they're square and not slanted because we want a good professional look to our little big shot lens when it's on our camera. That looks a little slanted, so I'll just do it again. After that's on, now we peel off the backing. And in similar fashion, we take our lens, and in this case, on this camera, again, we're using the 1 1/4 inch lens. Make it nice and concentric. We don't want it offset or anything like that. We want it nice and concentric to the camera's lens. Press into place, press firmly, and then lift it off. Now you'll also notice in this particular case we have some overhang of the dual lock. And oh, I forgot to mention, but as always, the flat side of the lens goes against the camera and against the dual lock. So because we don't want overhang on our lens, we simply trim it with a pair of scissors. Now it looks more professional. And then, as with the other lens, anytime we wish to use a little big shot with this camera, we simply line up the dual lock, push until it clicks, and we're ready to go. When we're done with little big shot, we simply remove it from the camera and place it back in the case for safekeeping. And again, as with the other camera, with the compact camera, once the dual lock is installed on your camera, leave it on the camera. There's no need to take it off. If you have to take it off, again, peel it off the camera. And that's it. That's how you attach a little big shot, both when you have a flat surface, as is the case with this Canon PowerShot compact camera. We have flat surface all around the front of the lens housing, so the dual lock goes on there very easily, directly dual lock to the camera. And in cases where you don't have a flat surface, in this case we have an elevated surface, we just create a flat surface by building the dual lock up. And that's it. And now you may proceed to the video entitled First Things First. Thank you for your time.